Hello with Porsche Mainline, and today we're going to take a look at the refresh for 2024 Porsche Cayenne. But refresh doesn't really tell the whole story because about 75 of the components in the Cayenne have either been updated, improved, or are totally new, so there's a lot to dive into. Let's take a look at the exterior. Overall, the Cayenne still has those smooth flowing lines that have been characteristic of the car for years, but you'll notice more sculptural lines, more definition. You'll especially see that in this higher raised front fender that comes up to the headlight and then creases down into the hood and then raises up again on a more pronounced power dome in the center. You also notice that the headlights, which are now an LED matrix headlight as standard, are more squared off than rounded. Finally, there's a greater emphasis on width in the front end of the car, with the air intakes reducing the number of vanes down to 2, and also integrating the turn signal and a daytime running light really nicely into this top vane here on either side. Moving to the rear of the car, you'll notice a similar level of change to the design. Again, that greater emphasis on width. You've got this great 3D tail light like we've seen on the Macan previously. Also, Porsche's moved the license plate to the lower part of the car, which visually lowers how the car looks on the road. They've also cleaned up the entire rear tailgate by moving the handle that you use to open the trunk to the lower part of the tailgate, so it pairs that sculpture with beauty. The changes to the Cayenne are more than just skin deep. The performance on the car in every aspect has also been improved. For example, on the entry car, which still has the 3-liter single-turbo V6, the horsepower has been increased by 13 to 348, while the torque has been increased by 36 pound-feet, going up to 368 pound-feet of torque. However, the biggest change comes with the cayenne, which now brings in the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that was found in the GTS and the turbo from the previous car. That car gives the Cayenne S significantly more horsepower and torque, going to 468 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. And not only that, but that great V8 sound and feel like none other. The increases in power from both the entry Cayenne and the Cayenne S improve 0 to 60 times as well, dropping them by 0.2 of a second for each car. Those motor updates are paired with updates to the transmission, which give the car overall a smoother driving experience to pair with those increased performance numbers. So the new Cayenne really does combine the luxury as well as performance that the Cayenne has always been known for. And one of the greatest updates to the new Cayenne is in the suspension. So on all cars, including the entry Cayenne, you now have passive Porsche active suspension management as standard. This is the first time that's been the case on the Cayenne. And not only that, but it's a new 2-valve setup in that suspension chamber, which gives Porsche engineers the ability to adjust the compression and the rebound to increase dynamics on all sides of the suspension, from the comfort side and stability and roll to the performance side of pitch and handling. And they really give the Cayenne that combination of luxury comfort but incredible handling and sportiness for an SUV. And it's really interesting, when the engineers are developing the suspension system, there weren't quantitative numbers that they were aiming for. They really went by the seat of the pants, the feel of the car, to dial in that exact sports car feeling that the Cayenne should have and improve upon it from even previous generations. Attention, another area where the Cayenne was updated was in the wheels and the tires. You'll notice a lot of new wheel designs that set off the style of the car. For example, on this standard body Algarve blue car that has 21-inch new Spider design wheels. Also on this Carrera white coupe, there's a 22-inch wheel end. The 22-inch wheels on the new Cayenne also come standard with all-season tires, which are great for us in the Northeast. A dynamic advantage of these updated wheels and tires is that there's a bit more sidewall of the tire, so the tire can run at a lower pressure, and that gives greater comfort in the ride, but also high-speed stability and turning stability. So overall, the wheels and the tires are improving not just the looks of the car, but also the handling and the dynamics of the car. Moving to the interior of the car, we see again that influence of the Taycan coming to the Cayenne. So for example, We have the floating instrument cluster that is fully digital there in front of the driver that is customizable with up to 6 different views, from a very reduced view to a full map view to a classic Porsche view that has the 5 different instruments inside. Like we've seen in Porsches for decades, the main PCM screen has also been updated on the back end, so it has faster processing times and reaction speeds, as well as some updates to the user interface. Also, the raised center console that has been cleaned up and further refined. The gear shift lever has been moved from that center console to the dash, like we saw on the 918 Spider, and that gives some more space in that center area for a wireless phone charger that includes ventilation to prevent overheating of the phone. There's also haptic feedback controls for your seat, as well as toggle switches for the HVAC. Very easy to use and intuitive. The interior design is highlighted by this emphasis again on width in here, and also the prominence of the vents on the side, and the grab handles that have been in the Cayenne since the very first generation. It overall gives the interior look of sportiness, modernity, and just a hint of ruggedness. A really great place to be. Finally, one of the biggest changes for the new Cayenne is in the level of standard equipment now on the car. Some things that we've already talked about, such as the Porsche active suspension management and that wireless phone charger, are now standard. Other features that are now standard on the exterior are the wheels start at 20 inches instead of 19, and the headlights are now an LED matrix headlight that is auto high beam control. Additional standard safety equipment includes Porsche's blind spot monitoring, which is called lane change assist with the lights in the mirror, and lane keep assist with traffic sign recognition. So if you veer out of a lane, the car will pull you back into that lane, and it will notice traffic signs such as speed limit, displaying those in the instrument cluster. The additional standard comfort features include heated seats in the front, keyless entry, which in Porsche is called Comfort Access, as well as driver memory. And then also on the interior, you'll notice the mode switch on the steering wheel that used to be part of the Sport Chrono package. That is now standard on there, allowing the driver to easily change between off road, normal, and sport modes. All told, these options would have totaled $11,810 in the 2023 Cayenne. But for 2024, the price only increased by $7,000, so you're getting a lot more standard features in the new Cayenne. So there you have it, the refreshed Cayenne. But we know that it is way more than just a refresh, from the solid styling on the exterior to the Taycan influence on the interior, and the improved driving dynamics in every situation. This new Cayenne really improves upon that unique Cayenne formula of sportiness, luxury, and ruggedness, making this the best Cayenne yet with Porsche Mainline. We hope you follow us on YouTube and our other social media channels, and come and visit us at our showroom in Newtown Square. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you out on the road.